And here I was thinking that all sisters were just made of sugar, spice, and everything nice. Season 8 has changed me. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm going to get to the video, but I got to call my sister right now and let her know that I appreciate her.
Hey, yo.
Did you have a baby yet?
No, I just texted you.
I didn't see it.
I have a doctor's appointment at 9:30. Still here.
Needed it. I just wanted to call and say that I appreciate you.
For what?
Just being you. I was just getting into it.
Okay, I'm listening.
Well, I gotta call you back. All right, welcome to Taste Take. If you're new here, today we're talking about episodes 7, 8, and 9 of season 8 of Love is Blind. And I'm gonna be talking about them like you've seen them too. If that's something you're into, hit that subscribe button for your boy. For my regular Taste Takers, look, is season 8 kind of boring? Yes. But isn't it kind of nice to see the whole world finally agree on something for a change? Huh? Boom! Episode 7. This one's called Bueller. Okay, you know where we left off, so we're picking right back up with Daniel and Taylor continuing to break down Instagram Stalkergate. Daniel's like, look, when those doors open, that was the first time I ever seen you. Taylor's like, so you don't remember adding me? Daniel's like, no. If I did, I would have told production. Daniel telling production that he recognized Taylor would have been giving the same energy as that kid that told the refs that the ball went out on him in that basketball commercial from the 2000s. Taylor says, you know, I hear you, but I'm still struggling. Did you know I have the followers app so I can see who follows and unfollows me? What the hell is the followers app? Daniel's like, look, it's possible that I may have done that. I don't know why I would do that, but I really don't remember doing that. Honestly, y'all, I have a feeling that Hydra's behind this. I saw what they did to Bucky. I wouldn't put this past him. Anyway, then all of a sudden, this girl from The Handmaid's Tale comes over and tells Taylor, if you want the answers you seek, we're willing to give you your phone back. Daniel's like, damn. Well, it's up to you if you want to look. It's very possible. Taylor tells Daniel, yeah, I'm going to look, you bitch ass nigga. Daniel's like, look, if I'm there, just know I came in here with nothing. What does that even mean? Taylor tries to fire up that followers app, but there's no Wi-Fi. Daniel's already gone in there and cut the wires. Okay, whatever. So Taylor's out there like, hello, Wi-Fi, hello. And at the same time, they both go, Bueller, which young people wouldn't understand, but it's a very popular line from a film called Ferris Bueller. Daniel, that Bueller line might have been a lifeline you needed to survive. Then some other guy comes in, he's like, oh, you need the Wi-Fi? She's like, yeah, bro, what's the password? He's like, okay, the password is Love is White, season 8. She's like, all lowercase? He's like, the white is capital. The white is capital. Whatever. Anyway, she gets back on the app and she's scrolling through the whole city of Minnesota. He's like, you see anything over there? She's like, I'm finding it. You already know Daniel got there early, hacked her phone, and cleared his name from the records. She's not seeing his name. He's like, okay, sheesh. Do you believe me now? She's like, I do. Would you believe all that rigmarole for nothing? Taylor's like, so where do we go from here? Daniel's like, look, if I'm being honest, I would love to take a free vacation from Netflix. But if you're not feeling up to it and you want to go home, I'll be happy to go home with you. Listen, y'all, they're definitely going to Honduras. Instagram Stalkergate has officially concluded. The smoking gun of the entire season turned out to be nothing more than smoke and mirrors. The most season 8 thing that could have possibly happened. Moving on, Nick and Vanessa show up to remind us that they're still on the payroll and tell us that we got 4 couples heading to Honduras. And you know how this goes. A couple quick scenes. I'll just touch on some of the highlights. And honestly, some of them are lowlights, but I need content. We start with Devin and Virginia. She's like, do I seem like a stranger? He's like, nah, babe. I feel like you're my best friend. Then they're going over his tattoos. He's like, this is my Lakers sleeve. This is my Kobe Bryant shrine. Then I got my big cats. Then I got my cartoons right here. She's like, you watch cartoons, nigga? He's like, no, I don't. I don't watch cartoons. They're just on my body forever, permanently. She's like, Do you play video games? He's like, nah. Do you play video games? Because we could run it if. Then they do this awkward song and dance about their ages. She just looks thrilled to be there. I really got my good eye on these two. Then unfortunately to Lauren and Dave, she's telling him, look, bro, I got my nails done and I got a bikini wax. But get this, after you get a bikini wax, they said I gotta wait 24 hours to have any sex, which I was really looking forward to do. Then proceeded to not do it even after the 24 hours. Ben and Sarah are talking about how he used to be a bartender at a country club. None of that is surprising, and I don't know what else they was talking about. Taylor and Daniel, fresh off Instagram Stalkergate, they're unpacking, and the most important thing to note here is that this dirtbag didn't wash his hands after he used the bathroom. On television. Can you imagine what he's doing at home? I just had to address that. Joey and Monica are still laughing together. I guess this is the part where she's talking about being 5'10". He then brings up the dance in the pod. Remember that hokey pokey? He's like, yeah, when I heard that dance, I said, okay, this girl's awesome. Have you tried that? Hey, dudes. Back to Lauren and David. She's telling him she's never felt this attached to someone. Poor thing. Also, can you imagine the Netflix cameraman in there just floating around? Then we got our first wake-ups. This is very critical to a Love is Blind season. We start with Lauren and David. She's like, oh, man, I'm so hot. And Dave's like, well, that's normal for someone of your age. You know, now that you're 30, you know, those menopause hot flat. Sarah and Ben wake up, and it seems to be that they were smashing. Monica and Joey wake up, and I hate to admit it, but I think I love them. So far, still, no red flags. Devin and Virginia wake up and get about 2 seconds of screen time. You know you're not getting no coverage. Dave and Lauren wake up, and they're talking about how much she peed, and I hate that I even had to say that right there. Taylor and Daniel wake up, and it appears that they have also smashed. And that, of course, that's that apology smash. You know Taylor had to go ahead and right those wrongs. Okay, later in the day, Devin and Virginia go on that massage date. I'm not gonna lie, that should look pretty good. Then they're walking on the beach. He's like, babe, you know my word for you is? Easy. Every girl wants to hear that. Anyway, Virginia's like, I like that, baby. Also, is that a bowling ball tattoo? Over to Dave and Lauren, and they're talking about how the first night went. He's paranoid about being a snorer. You could already tell that Lauren's walking on eggshells around him, which you hate to see. I don't know what else Dave was talking about. How, sliding down the bed during the night. Get me out of there. He talks about being picky with women physically. Then he says, you know, getting engaged or not, this experiment was really good for me. The fuck? This man's doing it for the thrills. She's like, well, you are engaged, so isn't that nice? Then to Sarah and Ben on that boat, he's talking about how when they go back, nobody's going to believe them that Love is Blind because she's such a smoke show. Then I guess they go snorkeling or something. They was down there. Daniel and Taylor are hanging out. She says she doesn't regret Instagram Stalkergate, but she regrets how she handled it. Daniel's like, girl, don't even trip. I got your back. And your logins. And Netflix is still out here cutting them checks because right after that scene, that Justin Bieber comes in crazy. Then we got a scene that's a little bit on the heavier side. We're with Monica and Joey talking about his OCD. Did this come up in the pods and I just missed it? Anyway, she asks him, hey, does that fireplace being off-centered drive you crazy? Which, number one, if it doesn't drive you crazy, you are a serial killer. And number two, I don't know nobody that got OCD for real, but I would imagine it could be kind of triggering to just point out some shit like that. It's like when someone tells you they're ticklish and they just have to go in and tickle you. Don't even try it. Literally, I'm just trying to make a point here. Don't get no ideas. Anyway, yeah, he breaks down his whole experience with it. He goes, yeah, honestly, I think that my life got so chaotic that I was happy to be able to control something and I just took it to the extreme. He tells her that it was usually stress that triggered it. He was counting everything. Like, you know it's happening and you know it's weird. She's like, damn, that's crazy, bro. How did you get over that? I guess the doctors told him that they can give him some medication for this, and he was like, no. I want to try this on my own. And he was using exposure therapy to just kind of force himself away from it. Somewhere out there, Devin's watching this like, yeah, that's the same thing I did to break my addiction to Flintstones vitamins. Chris, like, tell me exactly what part of that you thought was funny. Just tell me. Anyway, Joey says, yeah, I'm just a weirdo. And Monica says, we're all weirdos. And isn't that the truth? Speaking of Devin, we're over with him and Virginia. She's like, I love chocolate strawberries. I'm going to stop using that Virginia voice at some point in this video. You have my word. He asked her, so how'd you feel about today? She's like, it was good. Very soon. I'm sorry. Then Netflix got Ariana Grande in this bitch. Then they go in the pool and this girl does the unthinkable. Black girl hair in the water alert. Then, for the first time maybe ever, they finally get a little steamy. Golly. Then sadly, we have to go over to Dave and Lauren, and Netflix is still playing the same soundtrack. They said, look, we paid for Ariana Grande, you're gonna get the whole goddamn track. Dave tells us they haven't smashed yet, but he's seen her naked. He says he can tell she's not ready yet, but when she is, he'll be there to give her the worst session of her life. He's telling her there's nothing that she's doing that's annoying. He's like, well, maybe the hair. It is a little urban. She's like, my hair? I'll cut it off right now. Then somehow we find out that he knows 2 of her exes. Ugh. I hate that I'm introducing this because I know where this goes, but this happens here. And it's important to know that he doesn't know these people well. So who really cares? And I guess for the most recent guy, Lauren's trying to explain to him like, oh, like that guy, yeah, I barely hung out with him. Like that is not a thing. Dave tells her, hey, my last girlfriend was 4 years ago. I thought everyone was coming on this show with the same level of experience. Are you okay? Then for some reason, he tells her that Molly was in a serious relationship 6 months before coming on the show. I'm sorry, Molly's non-boyfriend having ass? He's like, I even thought 6 months was cutting it close. Like, Dave, what you thought? You was gonna come on the show with just pure virgin women? Prepared to serve you, Your Grace. The episode ends with him asking her if she's worried about him talking to Molly. Dave, shut the hell up. Boom! Episode 8. This one's called A Family Affair, and Netflix still ain't taking their foot off the gas because they still playing the jams. Lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. We open up with some scenes from Honduras. Taylor almost getting attacked by that bird. Virginia falling off that surfboard thing. Dave and Lauren are in that submarine. Listen, just stay away from the Titanic, or at least just send Dave. Why would I want Dave to go down there and get crumpled up? After this season, I'm definitely going to start a healing journey, and I'm going to come back better than I left. Monica and Joey are doing yoga. Sarah and Ben are on a boat. Everybody just living life. And now for one of the most important scenes in any Love is Blind season. The couples are all about to meet up. So they do the typical couple by couple entrance. Dave's looking at Sarah like, damn, she bad. Dave's looking at Virginia like, damn, she bad too. And I hate that I'm saying this, and I might actually just edit it out, but their first conversation is about their poop schedules. It's disgusting. Virginia's over there like, this white people shit. Honestly though, say what you will, it seems to be that everybody's vibing, which is rare. And it seemed like nobody want any of the other, you know how I usually be a little flirty? Everybody seemed to be vibing, so I gotta give him their props for that. But of course, Dave gotta make it weird. He wants to know who smashed. He asked Devin first. He's like, hey, you guys smashed yet? Devin's like, nope. Dave's like, yeah, I don't think anybody has. Yeah, okay. Then Dave got the nerve to bring it up to Virginia one-on-one. He's like, I know you and Devin haven't smashed. And also, like, quick little bit of housekeeping. You guys know when I say smash, I'm talking about sex, right? Just, I want to make sure we educate everybody on the slang. I know there's some people from Minnesota in the chat. But yeah, has a guy ever done that? I know the guys always talk about sex and the girls always talk about sex, but has a guy ever asked the girls if they are having sex? Y'all memory is better than mine. Anyway, Virginia's like, you know you can be intimate with I'm just kidding. I think she said it normal. She's like, well, you know you can be intimate without having sex. Dave continues his research project. Next up is Monica. He's like, so you guys smashing or what? She's like, we've hung out. Yeah, they went crazy. Honestly, saying we've hung out is giving the same kind of energy that white people give when they say, yeah, that guy parties. And it means he does cocaine. Quick break from Dave's personal episode of Taxi Cab Confessions. We're with Joey and Lauren. Joey tells Lauren that Dave is a great guy. Joey, I didn't want to hate you, but I'm not above it. Back to the show, Dave goes to ask Taylor, have you guys smashed? She's like, have you? Then here go to cringe of the week. The absolute cringiest, because Dave doesn't know how to talk to humans if it's not about sex. He's like, Daniel's great, yeah? She's like, yeah. So is Lauren. He's like, yeah, Lauren is great. She moves a lot, though, and pees a lot. I'm sorry, what? Taylor's looking at this guy like, bitch, are you dumb? Taylor knows this guy sucks, but she's trying to be nice. She's like, honestly, I should have my man hack your Instagram and let Lauren know what's really cool. Anyway, then Sarah and Daniel get a second to talk. She brings up Instagram Stalkergate. He's like, yeah, that shit was crazy. She almost got me. No, I'm just kidding. He's like, yeah, it was crazy, but it made us stronger as a couple. Finally, somebody brings it up. That would have been me if I was on the show. I'd been like, bro, that's crazy, bro. You followed that thing on the gram? Anyway, sadly, we're back with Dave, and he's asking all the guys about their Roth IRAs. Obviously not. He's asking them about smashing. He's like, it's kind of crazy how none of us smashed yet. Ben's looking at him like, speak for yourself, virgin. Over to the women, and Sarah's gushing about how Ben's writing her all these nice love notes. Lauren's looking at her like, it must be nice. I'm trying to get like you, my boy. Also, before we get out of here, you guys got another thing coming. If you don't think I'm going to bring up the fact that Netflix put out their checkbook one more time to play that Casey and freaking JoJo. Casey and JoJo, are you kidding me? This is the most diverse thing y'all did all season. You should have played the music video if you really want to raise awareness. Anyway, after we leave that meetup, you know we got to get the debriefs from the couples. Starting with Devin and Virginia, they're just happy that they're normal. Taylor tells Daniel, well, it's official. I am the president of the Overthinkers Club. Lauren and Dave, he's like, I only heard good things about her. Dave, what were you expecting to hear? What do you think those women said about you? Anyway, then Lauren asks him, who are you going to call first when you get your phone back? Literally, the whole world watching at the same time was like, his sister. Lauren's like, are you going to call her with me or without me? He's like, without you, girl. Are you crazy? You trying to get me killed? Then she's like, how are we going to explain to your dad that we got engaged? I'm sorry, what? This dude is 32 years old, still scared to talk to his dad? Your dad's Joe Jackson? You can tell you come from money. You don't want to fuck up the inheritance. Anyway, the time in Honduras has come to an end. All the couples will now be heading back to Minnesota, where they'll be getting to know each other a little bit more, living in this nice-ass apartment complex. Monica and Joey are up first, and it's pretty typical Monica and Joey shit. They're talking about their love or not love for knickknacks, talking about chores, who does this and who does that. Then things take a turn when Monica describes the time she found a spider's nest built in the crotch of one of her jeans, because when she cleans her clothes, she puts them all in a pile on the floor, and a spider built a nest in her jean crotch. Also, Netflix, did you really have to give us this view? Y'all are getting as petty as me. And I guess a couple seconds after writing that note, I understood why Netflix did that, because she goes on to lobby for a sock bin. I guess her family has a community sock bin where no one has their own socks. They just go in there and take a sock that everyone can use. So yeah, that's why Netflix was showing her dirty ass feet. I get it. Over to Sarah and Ben, they're talking to each other about who in their family they told about their engagement. Apparently, Ben's family is a little bit more skeptical about this whole thing, especially when they found out that Sarah thinks that Black lives have value. Ben's family told him, no sirree, Bob, not on my watch. Ben's like, no, it's totally cool. I told her I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, and she still wants to marry me. Honestly, this is one of those moments where I think about all you fine taste takers that tell me that you don't watch the Netflix show anymore, you just come here and watch my videos. You gotta be wondering, like, he really said that? Listen, whether he said it or not, he was thinking it. Anyway, then Ben tells her, you wanna hear something crazy? She's like, yeah, what? I've never pictured someone in a wedding dress before, but just now, I did it with you. She's like, oh my God. Brother, you've never been engaged before. This is not the flex you think it is. Over to Dave and Lauren, his bitch ass is like, oop, I forgot to text Chase back. Honestly, if Chase is his sister, I swear to God she's hazing him. Anyway, then we get back into what might be the most annoying conflict in Love is Blind history. He's still stuck on these guys that she allegedly dated before going on the show. Just know that I hate this. And for some reason, Dave thinks that the whole city of Minneapolis is talking about his engagement. Anyway, Lauren asks him, so where are things with your sister? He's like, way better now that I got my phone back. The last time I went this long without calling her, she punched the T-Mobile lady in the face. Lauren's like, why would she punch the T-Mobile lady? Yeah, it turns out because she hadn't heard from me, she thought it was the signal, but I was just at work. Okay, some stuff happened in the episode, and some stuff didn't. So all you people, you better watch the show if you want to know the truth. It's season 8, and I'm here to make it a little spicier. Dave tells Lauren that his sister thought by him coming on the show, he would meet someone simply looking for fame. Let's unpack that for a second. Does your sister think that you're on the show chasing fame? You are out there working in plastic surgery, surrounded by Botox and butt lifts. Lauren is quite literally an educator. Which one of you two is more likely to be chasing fame? And why the hell are your lips so damn juicy? Honestly, every time I see them together, I can't help but think that Lauren is not comfortable being her 100% authentic self when she's around. And that's like torture for a person. I understand the desire for companionship and even marriage, but you gotta have a standard. It has to be more valuable to show up as yourself, how you want to show up, than it is to just say you have a fiance. You know? And I don't know Lauren like that. Maybe this is how she is, but it don't look like it. Anyway, then we're over with Devin and Virginia. They got to pick some stuff up before going to the new apartment. They go to Devin's apartment first, and I'm pretty sure the only thing he has in there is sneakers. And yes, I see the Off-White 5s. Honestly, Devin's apartment is very much giving 28, and because he's 28, I guess that's okay. Then we go over to her place, which seems very nice and seems very Virginia. She talks about not minding that his place is a little small. She's like, look, I done been living in some small places in big cities, but I do want to get a house together. He's like, okay. So now that we're talking about that, what are you thinking? Like one person pays the mortgage and the other one pays the bills? She's like, slow down there, cowboy. I am extremely financially responsible. My biggest expense is experiences. Devin's like, well, yeah, my biggest expense is sneakers. Yeah, we know, bro. We know. Then he talks about wanting to be the CEO of his youth sports thing. She's like, look, bro, I plan to be a millionaire, not by salary, but by investments. Good for you, girl. Devin's like, so do we want to each have our own account? Virginia's thinking back to those sneakers. She's like, yes, definitely. And I also low-key want a prenup. Devin's like, oh, so how would that look? And do I get to keep my Jordans? She's like, listen up, young man. In the worst case scenario of a divorce, I just think people should leave with what they came with. And that makes sense, of course, but what she does next was so freaking clean. I'm afraid some of you folks that are half watching this season because y'all calling it boring may have missed it. She's like, look, I obviously don't want to get divorced, but if we do, I don't want to spend time worrying about splitting assets. She looks him deep in his eyes. She's like, let's say you create this basketball empire. I shouldn't be there talking about, let me leave with a piece of that. Devin's like, yeah, I never thought about that. It's genius. Do y'all see how she flipped that? She knows that he has nothing to bring to the table financially besides sneakers, and that she probably has enough to buy him his own Nike sweatshop in their backyard. Have those Chinese kids working around the clock. You see how y'all always take it too far? Whatever. This was salesmanship 101. She had to create a fake empire for him to understand the value of a prenup. This is basically like if Devin went car shopping, right? Virginia's the car salesman. Devin's like, well, of course I love this red Ferrari, but it's a little out of my price range. Virginia walks around, opens the door. She's like, get in. You feel that? He goes, yeah, it's nice. Like that leather? He's like, I love it. She reaches over, turns out that Baby Shark for his young ass. She's like, you like that sound system? He's like, man, it sounds amazing. She shakes the keys. You know, maybe it is out of your price range, but how about we still take it for a spin? And Devin's like, I think I'd like that. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I guess this whole prenup thing, I don't know why Love is Blind doesn't just require it, but I guess conversations like this can bring a little bit more drama, and Netflix is like, look, we're in the business of providing entertainment, so we gonna have people talk about this on their own. She tells him like, look, 10 years ago, I would have never even considered this, but I just think it's the best option for both of us. He's like, okay, I hear you. Well, right now, I just got some student loans and some medical debt. Virginia's like, listen here, you broke ass nigga. I could low-key probably pay all that shit off right now. I'm watching this whole scene like this is the most I ever got from Virginia. And I was here for it. Anyway, for some reason, we're already back with Dave and Lauren at his apartment. And surprise, surprise, he don't got no food and he bought white sheets because the sister told him to. Somewhere out there, Ben's like, did somebody say white sheets? Okay, just kidding. Whatever. I mean, I mentioned Lauren not feeling comfortable in her own skin, but if I'm being honest, Dave don't ever seem comfortable either. He's just picking up random shit and talking about it. He's like, well, this is my pimp hat. This is what I use to pimp hoes. This is my blanket. Use this for sleeping purposes. And Netflix really ain't shit for showing us that his TV stand got an open floor plan. Then Lauren asks him what his family thinks about this whole process. Naturally, this comes back to his grumpy ass sister. Dave tells Lauren that he's confident that his sister's gonna like her when she gets to know him, and she'll wanna be involved in all that wedding stuff. He's like, she will have to beat your ass first, but after that, she's gonna wanna go dress shopping and all that. Talking about she's one of the easiest people to get along with, bitch where? Then Lauren starts to talk about her family. She's telling him that her dad was pissed when he found out that her brothers were living with their partners before they got married. Dave starts to tweak. He's like, wait a minute. Does he know that we're doing that? Because if he's got a problem with it, I will have my sister come beat his ass. Okay, whatever. I was just trying to have a little fun, which you guys never let me do. Now to something that actually did happen. And I guess the tea is that one of those exes that Dave be complaining about actually lives in the building that Netflix got him in. Then somehow his angry ass sister got wind of this, which is obviously a huge no-no. Grumpelstiltskin's out there like, oh, so your new fiance had a boyfriend before going on the show, and you don't think she's out here chasing fame? Okay, we're out of there for now, but unfortunately we will be back. Now we're with Joey and Monica. He's meeting her family. We got her parents, her sister, and her sister's boyfriend. Her parents are asking the most normal family questions. So, Joey, what attracted you to our daughter in the pods? Her sister jumps in like, so, Joey, why are you single? Girl, why the fuck is your sister single? Anyway, Monica's mom knows that her problem child daughter's fucking up the energy, so she got to create a diversion. She's like, you know what we need? Joey's like, individual socks? She's like, no, silly. We need a fam jam. The whole family then proceeds to pick up these random instruments and just start making noise. Well, I guess except for her dad, Claudio, because he was fucking up those bongos. I'm watching this like, yo, these people are freaking nuts. But Joey's out there with his tambourine having the time of his life. Then after the fam jam, Monica's mom's like, so, did she tell you about these two? And she's pointing at Monica's sister's boyfriend and Monica. Joey's like, what, that they dated? Monica's like, bro, we didn't date. We were talking, and I said that you'd be much better for my sister, which could be kind of weird, but I think it's kind of nice. Honestly, I must say, this dude Joey is fitting right the fuck in. He gets a quick little tour, and he gets to see the infamous sock bin. And as weird and creepy as that sounds, for whatever reason, this just proves to me how close this family really is. But then, would you believe it? We got our first one, y'all. The oh my golly wally moment of the episode. This is when Monica gets a one-on-one with her hating ass sister Nicole. Nicole tells Monica, you know, it's kind of weird to see with a significant other. Monica's like, oh yeah? Well, bitch, now you see me with a fiance, you still only got a boyfriend. I'm just kidding, she didn't say that. Nicole also tells Monica, he's not your type. Monica's like, oh yeah? What's my type, Elizabeth Schuyler? Your boyfriend? Who do I need to remind you? You wouldn't even be dating if I ain't curved? Okay, she didn't say that either. Nicole says, even his personality, is that even your type? Is he the right one for you? Monica's like, no. Maybe he's not my typical type, but we have a real connection. Her sister's like, I just didn't expect you to get married before me. Listen, y'all, we dealing with a grade A hater here. You sure this ain't Dave's sister? Nicole's like, look, I'm 5 years older than you. Do you really want to fuck around and find out what divorce is like? Monica's like, obviously not. Nicole's like, well, are you sure he doesn't? Because he seems like a really good actor. Boom! Episode 9. This one's called The X-Files. We start off with Daniel and Taylor. She's going to meet his family. We got his parents, his brother and his fiance, and his sister Rachel, who is the one that is legally blind. Y'all friend Taylor takes off her shoes and leaves them right in the middle of the hallway. Girl, if you don't tuck them to the side and make it neat. And look at Daniel with these 90s heartthrob photos, looking like JTT. Also another comment that will age me. Anyway, to the sit down we go. We got some typical family questions. They want to know, hey, when did you guys know that it was starting to click? Taylor tells them, look, as soon as he said that he wants his wife to be the mother of his kids, I knew he was special. His dad, John's looking like, yeah, I taught him that. And listen up, y'all. If y'all watch Taste Take for real, y'all know that every couple seasons, I find a mom that I want to adopt me. And this season, it might just be Daniel's mom, Sally. This woman is regal as fuck. And she's going for top pairing of the season, and I don't think it's close. She tells Taylor, you know, I think going on Love is Blind was good for Daniel. You know, taking the physical out and all that. But I also said it'll be good for the woman too. Because Daniel has a hard time letting people in. And if he can find someone that he lets in, it'll be a good thing. Also, I'll be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that his brother's fiance looks like she's 16. Can someone please check on that? Not you, Alex. Anyway, Taylor tells them that her folks are taking a little longer to warm up to this whole process. And I'm here gassing up Daniel's mom, but his dad seems cool too, even if he does look like Jigsaw. Okay, we're out of there, and unfortunately, of course, we are going to Dave and Lauren. He's meeting two of her friends, Delaney and Melissa, in that bike class. Is that spin? Of course, his toxic masculinity starts to flare up because he can't believe that this workout is kicking his ass. Lauren's looking at him like, bro, you think a dump truck like this comes easy? So after the class, they all sit down, and the friends are asking, like, so how are things going? He's like, can we get into it? And then Lauren's like, no, they know everything. We can get into it. Dave's like, yeah, well, I guess if y'all know everything, then I guess you know that Lauren was dating someone right before she went on the show. Delaney's like, what the hell? Listen, if you ever need two people to talk to the police to get you out of a speeding ticket, and Lauren's two friends are the last two people on earth, go ahead and just pay the ticket. These two are about to fire what may be the sloppiest cover-up story in cover-up story history. Oh, that guy, remember? Because, no, she's not dating him. No, trust me. Would you believe he was dating someone for 7 years and didn't even propose? No, didn't even propose. No. And look, when Lauren, that's our friend, when our friend is dating someone, we all hang. And we never hung with this one. She matched with this guy. They hooked up once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times. But it wasn't even like serious. It was like strictly friends with benefits, super cash. So trust me, no, whatever you're worried about, you shouldn't even be worried about. They're telling Dave that allegedly this mystery man DM'd them after finding out that Lauren got engaged and said, should we blow up this wedding or what? Basically, her friends think that this guy just wants to be on TV. Somewhere out there, Dave's sister's like, what the hell? Dave's bitch ass is like, I don't know, the timeline is just a lot for me. Her friend goes, what did you expect though? What would be an ideal timeline? Which is an excellent question. They're like, look, you bitch ass nigga, you ever been on a dating app? He's like, not recently. You ever flirted with a girl at the bar? He's like, yeah. Well, it's the same thing, dummy. Honestly, I can't get over how much he's dragging this whole thing. Lauren is there, of course, just crying her eyes out. Literally save yourself, girl. I told you last week, you don't watch Taste Take? Get out of there. Okay, finally we get a DEI break. We're meeting Devin's family. We got his mom, Becky, his dad, Willie, his sister, Kayla, and her husband, T. 2 seconds in, his sister, Kayla's already asking Virginia how old she is. 10 seconds in, his dad, Willie, already ain't fucking with the whole thing. Devin's mom's telling Virginia, well, you know, this is a God-first family. And I assume your family's also Christian? Virginia's like, yeah, for sure. Then his spicy-ass sister jumps back in. You keep talking about kids with your old ass. You plan on doing that right away, or does everybody's sister want to smoke this season, or what? Now, I'm not saying it's not a valid question to ask, but it ain't your place to ask, especially not after only 7 minutes of knowing the girl. You don't think she knows how old she is? Anyway, Virginia's talking about how she used to want 6 kids, and Devin used to want 5, so that each of them could be named after the letters in his name. Adorable. And honestly, I don't care who reports me to YouTube. Having that many kids should be illegal, but they both said they don't want that many anymore, so good riddance. Moving on, they're about to start talking about finances. Are you guys going 50-50? Are you traditional? Then, wait a minute, the prenup has entered the chat. Devin's brother-in-law hears Virginia bring up that prenup, and his face looks like she says he sells drugs Monday through Friday and does OnlyFans on the weekends. This man been checked out ever since he heard it. But that doesn't faze Virginia. She leans into it. She's like, I don't know why everybody don't get a prenup. Go off, girl. Devin's mom steps back in. She's like, okay, what if he loses his job? Or what if you get sick? Which I understand what his mom is doing. I just really don't like those kind of manifestations. Anyway, then Devin's brother-in-law jumps back in. He asks Virginia, would you be okay having their parents live with you when they get older? Nigga, why they can't live with you? Are you okay? Whatever, look. Devin's mom is fine, but she's 1000% carrying this conversation. His dad didn't say a single word. Like, where the fuck you at, Willie? Anyway, then Devin's mom's like, look, Virginia, you seem like a nice girl, but it's time for you to meet another member of our family. It's a pig, y'all. Pico the pig. And again, for the folks that just watch Tate's Take and don't watch Netflix, it really is a pig. I wish I was making that part up. Anyway, then Devin gets a private moment with his family. He's getting the debrief. Of course, his mom likes Virginia. And of course, his hating ass sister's like, yeah, well, she kind of turned me off talking about the prenup. You know, when people say prenup, they think it's not going to work out. Let me hold your hand here. No. No, they don't. They think, let's be responsible if it doesn't work out. Devin's like, look, when she first brought it to my attention, it threw me off too. But then she explained it and I understood. Overall, his mom is proud and his dad is just happy that they won the basketball game. The next scene, we're over with Sarah and she's meeting some of Ben's friends. Ben tells her, look, these are my friends, but I can't tell you any of their races or ethnicities because I don't see color. Whatever. Right off the bat, one of Ben's friends asks Sarah, so do you feel like you guys match on core values? Sarah's like, yeah, you know, I never voted either. And now I too am unsure if a black life matters. Ben's friends are like, good. Okay. Just kidding. But she did tell them, yeah, that they match on core values, which is not true. Then she brings up her gay sister and one of Ben's friends like, I also have a girlfriend. Thank you for sharing that. They start talking about church. They're like, so Sarah, would you be okay going to church with Ben? Sarah's like, yeah, I might could possibly see what they talking about in there. I might low-key pull up. Honestly, it looks like Sarah's just trying to get out of there, but why wouldn't you ask his friends if they vote? Why wouldn't you ask their friends what they think about George Floyd? Like, help understand Ben. Paint the picture. I think what it is that she created a narrative around Ben and she doesn't even want to risk what it could possibly be underneath that Scooby-Doo mask. Anyway, then we're over with Monica and Joey. They're debriefing his family meetup. Monica's like, so how you think it went? Joey's like, well, yeah, it went pretty good with your parents, not your sister, who's a grade A B. Sorry. Monica's like, damn, it was that obvious? He's like, yeah, I mean, you know, not everyone has to like me. Monica's like, you're my fiance. She actually does have to like you, which honestly, I find that to be true. You really do need to like your in-laws or else we're not doing none of this shit. And since I'm here, hello, DC. Keep up the good work. I'll see you next month. But make sure y'all stock up on 100% juice, Heine Boys, and enough popsicles to keep me and Brooklyn hydrated because we can be doing a lot of running. What was I talking about again? Oh, yeah. Joey's wondering, did I do something to piss her off or is that just her natural state of bitchiness? Monica's like, no, you didn't do anything wrong. She's just wondering if you're good enough for me. Joey's like, has she ever thought anyone was good enough for you? Monica's like, let me think. No, I don't think so. Joey's like, is it possible we have a little bit of jealousy entering the chat? Which I said that. Monica's like, low key. All right, we leave them to go back with Daniel and Taylor. Now Daniel is going to meet Taylor's parents. Taylor's mom's already hating. Daniel's like, oh, hello, Taylor's mom. I brought you these flowers. Taylor's mom, Connie's like, you don't get the fuck out of my face. Okay. So they're all sitting down, getting to know each other. We find out that Taylor's parents never watched Love is Blind. And I guess neither has Daniel. Daniel's like, look, I might have never seen Love is Blind, but I've seen all your stories on Instagram. I thought we moved past that. Whatever. Taylor's like, isn't it crazy that we're all sitting here? Daniel's like, babe, I think I used the word amazing. Connie's like, this whole process is crazy. And where the fuck do you get off getting engaged and not telling me? Daniel's looking around like, this bitch is nuts. Taylor tells her mom, look, we told you as soon as we could. Look, not for nothing, at least her dad seemed cool. But this whole meet and greet was actually a double meet and greet because Daniel's parents are supposed to come over and meet her parents. So it's going to be a whole meet and greet soiree. When I tell you Daniel's parents pull up and bring some humanity into the room, you know Daniel's dad, John, the diplomat, came in there regal as fuck. He's like, I've heard you've done renovations to your home. It all looks marvelous. You know, Hayden ass Taylor's mom's like, yeah, well, most people downsize in retirement. We expanded both of our homes, so suck it. His dad, John's like, very nice. I also hear that you're celebrating 50 years of marriage. A remarkable achievement. You should be very proud. She's like, yeah, what are you guys at, 34? Barely know each other longer than Daniel and Taylor. Then I guess on a serious note, they talk about how they want these big houses so that the grandkids always have somewhere nice to go and play. Which, that would be very nice. Now, you know, Hayden asked Taylor's mom's looking for a friend. She's like, so what do you guys think about all this? It's pretty crazy, right? Watch Daniel's mom about to cook. She's like, listen, lady, when your children become your adult children, you can't tell them what to do anymore. Taylor's dad is looking like, damn, this bitch is real. She's like, you have to put your trust in their decisions. Is it hard? Of course. But we weren't with them in the pods. And we have to trust that the connection that they made was real. Daniel's dad is like, look, between the four of us, we've got a lot of experience and we can help them out. Tara's mom's like, yeah, but we have more. Anyway, then Daniel wants to talk to Taylor's parents one-on-one. Well, one-on-one. He's like, look, I wrote your daughter a nice letter in the pods, and I would love to read some of that for you. Taylor's mom's like, all right, nigga, go ahead. She didn't say that. And I hope she wasn't thinking it. Anyway, so he reads this thing and he's like, look, I just want to ask you guys for your permission in marrying your daughter. After about 39 minutes, her mom's like, yeah, sure, whatever. But on a serious note, Taylor's dad starts to tear up and he tells Daniel, thank you. That's a powerful moment. You guys, I know y'all fast forwarding, but that was a nice moment. And from powerful to powerless we go, because now we're back with Dave and Lauren, where apparently some of his friends are supposed to come over, but he's not sure if he wants that, because at some point in her life, Lauren's had other boyfriends. Honestly, I thought my Netflix rewinded itself. He's like, you dated someone before coming. This is like when you watch the soap operas and every beginning of the new episode, they just go back and just recover what they had already covered. Lauren's out there not understanding why this is still a thing. You and me both, girl. She even tried to steal her friend's line. She's like, have you ever flirted with a girl at the bar? Like, her friend said it better. If you're going to steal your friend's shit, you got to make that shit sound better. He's like, yeah, but I didn't hook up with someone the day before I came on Love is Blind. She's like, the fuck? It wasn't the day before. It wasn't the week before. It was about 10 days, and I didn't enjoy it. I was watching Squid Game Season 2 the whole time. Dave said that his source knows for a fact that they were together the weekend before going on Love is Blind. Lauren's like, look, you Republican fuck. We were friends with benefits for 2 months, and I'm not going to hold you. Maybe it was 2 months too long. But I moved on. How about you try it? And it wouldn't be a Dave sesh without a sister drop. He's like, even my sister's asking me, who's this girl I'm engaged to that had a boyfriend before she got on the show? Dave's like, yeah, I don't think we should have company today. Lauren's like, look, that's fine, but I don't think we should separate either. Dave's like, I don't think I can even be around you. This guy is going for the douchebag Hall of Fame, and I'm thinking he's going to be first ballot. We end the episode with Sarah Palin and Ben Shapiro. Let us not forget that in the pods, all she wanted to talk about was social justice, empathy, and doing what's right. Now we're in the real world, all she wants to do is swoon. Then all of a sudden, out the blue, I think a leprechaun flew down and airdropped her some tea. She's like, uh-oh. Ben's like, what happened? Is black on black crime on the rise again in Chicago? I expected this. Sarah's like, bro, not now. Have you seen this video of a girl from Minnesota crying on TikTok about the Love is Blind cast? He's like, have I? She's talking about me. And trust me, it's nothing. She blocked me. I blocked her. I haven't heard from her in 4 years. Ben says that this girl is claiming that he manipulated her. He's like, girl, we met on Tinder and we didn't even hook up. Sarah's like, you didn't hook up? And this girl's crying like this? He's like, I cross my heart and hope to die. I do a Home Alone thing every week. Every week, there's one in there. If you don't see a Tate's Take, if you don't see a Home Alone or a Titanic thing in a Tate's Take, I've been replaced by a clone. Okay, let me get back to the video. We're almost done. Sarah's like, you never hooked up? Then why the fuck is this bitch tweaking like this? Honestly, Ben, you better hope to God you never hooked up with this girl. Ben's like, honestly, I really don't remember what happened with this girl. Sarah's like, I don't like that you don't remember. He's like, okay. We went on 2 dates, hit a couple bars, and then I ghosted her. Sarah's like, this girl is crying because you ghosted her? This girl's crying so hard, it looks like she's seeing a real ghost. Sarah's like, did you go to her house? Ben's like, yes. Did you kiss her? He's like, I mean, obviously, it was actually one of my top 5 sloppiest makeouts, dead or alive. Sarah's like, and nothing more. He's like, nope. Sarah's like, I do love you, but I don't want to dismiss her feelings. Ben's like, babe, what can I do? And we were all hoping she said, I don't know, read White Fragility. But instead she says, I don't know what you could do right now, but I want to know everything. Boom! And that's episodes 7, 8, and 9. I'm not going to hold you. I watched that stupid TikTok and It is inconclusive. But apparently Ben seems to be not so popular on the internet, so we will see what we see. I'm not here digging for clues. That's your guys' job. I'm just here reporting what I see on the TV screen. Well, let me do my little anything. As always, thanks for checking out Taste Take. If you enjoy the video, make sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. In the comments, we can talk about anything, but let's break down the couples. Do we think that Virginia is kind of over Devin because he's broke? Do we think that Lauren is crazy for staying with Dave? I can only defend her for so long, but if she stays with this clown, I can't do much. Who else am I forgetting? Joey and Monica. Do we think it's going to work? Is her hating ass sister the biggest hater in Love is Blind? And is Ben as crazy as he's coming across? Are we going to see some more, skeletons in Ben's closet? And last but not least, Daniel and Taylor. Y'all were all ready to crucify Daniel last week. Daniel's so small, his legs would have been above where the cross go. That's not important. Nor is it accurate. Y'all were so ready. What do we think happened there? It was the wrong guy? The way that y'all claim all these white guys look the same in Minnesota on this show, and at the same time, don't believe that she could have got the wrong guy on Instagram, it's giving double standard. It's giving hypocrisy. So, yeah. Talk about those things in the comments. Thanks for all you people for watching last week. I know those first 6 episodes were a little bit of a drag. That was a lot of pod activity. But I will say week 2 was a lot more interesting, a lot more entertaining. So I hope you guys found that to be true as well. Thanks for the time, y'all. Peace. Let me think. I don't really got that much rambles this week, but that was indeed a real phone call with my sister. I got to call her back now. We got to get down to the bottom of that, because if I say I appreciate you, it's not funny. But isn't it crazy how everybody's sister kind of whacked this year? Well, maybe except Rachel. See, what's funny is y'all was coming for Daniel so crazy last week, but not only he came through with the receipts, but his family was lit. His parents are goated. He was nice to Taylor's mean-ass parents. Is Daniel the new Queen Bee?